Thanks for joining us. We're taking a live look at Capitol Hill, where today Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor is laying in repose. The funeral for the first woman to serve on the high court started just hours ago. President Joe Biden gave a eulogy in her honor.
I know the anniversaries and the birthdays, the moments big and small, will be hard without them. But as the saying goes, memory is the power to gather roses in winter.
The current Supreme Court also attended today's service. It comes just one day after people got a chance to pay their respects. Sandra Day O'Connor died at the age of 93 after serving as a justice for 25 years. We're taking a live look at Minneapolis, where it's beginning to warm up once again this afternoon. Jamie, it's an unusual way to head into the official start to winter later this week.
It definitely is, and this is going to be, it's going to go down as one of those super El Nino winters again. We're going to likely experience quite a bit of mild temperatures, as well as that lack of snow cover, which last year was very abundant. This year is a stark contrast, but take a look at this. Over the next several hours, temperatures, we're going to hover in those mid to upper 30s. We will have some cloud cover moving by, but southwest winds have returned. They've replaced those northwest winds from yesterday, and that is going to allow us to warm up. And southwest winds will be doing their job for days to come to keep us warm. This is the temperature outlook, 24th to the 20th, so right around, right through the Christmas holiday. And you can see that across the upper Midwest, it's still that big red bullseye for temperatures trending above average. That is going to be the overall trend. There's a look at the satellite and the radar. Dry, but cloud covered moving in for the time being. We'll talk about these temperatures, let you know just how warm it's going to get and when we might be talking about some rain or snow in the foreseeable future.
Jamie, thank you. New at noon, police say they have made at least one arrest linked to a deadly shooting at a South Minneapolis apartment. Officers say they tracked down a man to Maple Grove last night and arrested him for murder. On Sunday, they were called to a domestic-related incident in the Linden Hills neighborhood. Today, there's a memorial out front for the victim. Her sister tells us her name was Keisha Moore. Violence Free Minnesota, the group working to end relationship abuse, says Moore is the state's 34th victim of intimate partner homicide, 10 more victims than last year.
She belonged to people, and that impacts our communities. Every single death, every single person who is impacted by this tends to feel it.
Violence Free Minnesota partners with more than 90 programs. We've posted links and several hotline numbers if you know someone that needs help. Brooklyn Park Police are looking for the suspect in another domestic assault incident at La Quinta Inn last night. Officers say that they found a woman with stab wounds at the Northland Circle North location. She is expected to survive. Police searched for the suspect with dogs and a helicopter, but have not found them. In less than 7 hours, the Edina Hornets basketball team will honor the memory of one of their own, Walt McCrory. The all-time leading scorer for the Edina High School boys basketball program died Saturday after a 2-year battle with cancer. He was just 24. Walt went on to play Division I basketball for the Badgers, helping them to be a Big Ten title in 2020. In 2021, he was diagnosed with bone cancer. He chose to share his story, including with our Randy Shaver earlier this year with his leg, when his leg was amputated. Friends remember him as being driven and determined until the very end.
I think what was so incredible about him is that it was all so genuine. Like, everything that he would post on social media was the same stuff he would say behind a closed door. You know, it was obvious that he was in pain and he wasn't going to let that get to him.
The Hornets boys basketball team announced on social media that they plan on honoring Walt's memory at tonight's home game. Tip-off is at 7. If you use Xfinity Internet or phone services, you might want to keep an eye on your account and banking info. Comcast says Xfinity suffered a data breach in mid-October. It has notified law enforcement and started an investigation. Xfinity leaders suspect it was likely linked to a vulnerability in software, which has been fixed. Things like usernames, passwords, contact information, and the last 4 digits of social security numbers could all have been accessed. Well, Google will pay $700 million to settle an antitrust lawsuit. It's part of an agreement with the Justice Department and every U.S. state accusing the company of abusing its power in online searching. The settlement says most of the money will go to about 102 million consumers. $70 million will go directly to states. Well, for the first time, we're getting a look at the new state flag of Minnesota. Check it out. Just minutes ago, the commission landed on this design. It narrows down the colors to just light and dark blue with a white star. The revisions made today take out stripes that were previously on the chosen design, and lawmakers will have the option to veto the flag next year. Well, there's some changes at the Metro Transit bus station at the Mall of America, and it's all thanks to one woman who worked with the transit to make it more accessible for people who are visually impaired. Here's what that will look like.
I'm Kaya Edwards. Metro Transit has made a couple of improvements at the Mall of America Transit Center to try to make the journey to and from the mall safer for people who are visually impaired. Crews added textured strips to the pavement, creating paths to follow along. They also moved benches back to create more room and fewer obstacles while getting on and off the buses and trains.